Welcome to Variant Roles. I'm in the Dungeon Master seat. That's really terrifying. Hi, my name's Anders, and we're going to be playing our next Saltmarsh campaign. This is Tammeraut's Fate, which is another one of the very cool, very spooky ocean-esque Saltmarsh campaigns that have been released. I'm going to go ahead and let my players introduce themselves to you, tell you where to find them on the internet. Just brief, we'll do outros. Don't have to introduce your characters. I kind of have that planned in, but if you want to say their name and pronouns, that's fine. I'm just going to go in clockwise. So, Star.
Hello, I'm Star. You can find me on Twitter at MadRadStarChild, and I will be playing Nyx, she, her.
All right, and then down and around to Cole.
Hi, I'm Cole. You can find me at Cole Moriel on Twitter, and I will be playing Bella Saras, they, them.
Awesome. Max.
Hi, I'm Max. I'm on Twitter, allmax220, and I'll be playing Thaddeus, whose gender is as fluid as the ocean.
Love it. Love it. And then our masterful, wonderful technician and awesome person who's making this all run, Nox.
Hi, I'm Nox. You can find me on the internet at Nox Noctua. I'm playing Keen. She, her pronouns.
All right, awesome. That took a lot less time than I was hoping it would. I'm Anders. Again, you can find me on the internet at Anders_D_K. I use he, him pronouns. I'm going to be your dungeon master this evening in this Saltmarsh campaign. I don't think I have any announcements or anything that I can use to stall. So I think we're just going to jump right in.
Wait.
Everybody? Yes.
Anders says enthusiastically. What?
Help me. Tell me please.
This is something I can give to stall you. I'm going to be building my character not completely from scratch, but finishing her up while we're playing the game. So if I look a little distracted, that's why. And that's it. That's all I got.
I appreciate it. All right. We're going to jump right into the salty waters of the southeastern coast of I think the nation is Keelon, but it's in Forgotten Realms, so it's somewhere. I tend to make my own world, so I'm a little like, what's Forgotten Realms?
This is the southern coast of Anders' brain.
This is the southern coast of the internet. So I'm going to turn on some music. That'll be fun. That'll set the mood. Okay, 30 seconds. All right. Welcome to the Saltmarsh coast. Our story begins in a tavern, as many fantastic Dungeons and Dragons campaigns tend to do. The air here is bitter and briny. The salty breezes coming off of the water, sort of giving it this almost flavor. The road down the coast is made up of crushed shells and smooth black stones. There's visible wagon treads in the ground that have formed these grooves because this is a very, very popular trade route. It's a very active road. Because of its sort of active nature, there are actually places like this tavern that have been set up outside of the villages or town propers that serve as resting points for weary merchants, travelers, adventurers to warm up from the sort of constant dampness that is the coast. We're about half a day's south of the village of Uskarn, and about 3 days north of Saltmarsh proper, the actual city of Saltmarsh. Here you can find the tavern, the Salty Mare. It's a dry haven for travelers and a loud, bright beacon for folks out on the sea. In the dark nights when mist rolls in and storms rumble out on the ocean, this warm orange glow reminds them that land is not that far away. This evening is no louder or more rambunctious than any other. The tavern is full to the brim. A pair of twin fiddlers, in fact, have taken up residence on an old stage. There's a dirty, moth-eaten curtain behind them, framing their elven forms. A blue-skinned tiefling has taken up court in another corner, defeating fishermen and fighters alike in an arm wrestling contest, while at the same time simultaneously regaling her gathered crowd with sea shanties and spooky stories. The short of stature mistress of the mayor, the owner, a tiefling woman by the name of Amari Lannon, is skillfully weaving her way through the tavern, seemingly almost impossibly not spilling a single drop, no matter how many trays of drinks she carries. Her daughter, a small, probably 5-year-old young tiefling, is sitting in a booth coloring pictures of the various patrons here in the tavern. The walls around her and almost every free space of wall here are covered in these chalk and paint drawings that show scenes of people who have come and gone from the Salty Mare. You see several of these pictures illustrating the blue tiefling or the elven twins and yourselves. In fact, there is a beautifully painted portrait of a dwarf. What does this picture look like? Who is this dwarf in the picture, Max?
You mean me?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you a little something about Thaddeus Thunderfoot. Thaddeus Thunderfoot ain't take no crap from nobody. They don't matter. All they care about is the sea, and all they care about is getting them a good drink, and they're telling a good story all about it. Making sure everybody knows that Vela is absolutely full of the Duke when it comes to stuff about the spookies. Got a big old hammer across their back, a big bushy sun-bleached beard. They're wearing splint mail, but underneath you can tell they're wearing yellow and green and pink skirts and nice flowy robes, because that's just how they roll.
I feel like there are pictures on these walls of Thaddeus just like spinning, and all these like frantically drawn colors are all covering the pages. I think Thaddeus might be one of Little Rose's favorite people to draw, just because she's in love with all the colors. Several of these pictures with Thaddeus have another individual in them. What does Vela look like?
Well, Bella looks like they are very tall. They have shoulder-length red hair and then oddly colored bright red eyes. They wear a sort of halter top and it's just travelers wear, but on their skin there's many scars, and probably has a scowl on their face in most of the drawings. It's kind of a trademark.
It's very almost caricaturish. Like the frown is very, very distinctly an upside down semicircle in like all of these pictures.
I also imagine that they have little tufts of feathers on their shoulders and the tips of their ears. I'm sure that that's also exaggerated by a 5-year-old.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There may be pictures of you with full bird wings. She's probably also taken loose feathers that she's found and done those little crayon tracings with them. So some of the pictures actually have that sort of relief of a feather on them. Who else do we see in these pictures? Do we see any pictures of Nyx? Is Nyx a common patron of the Salty Mare?
Yes, there would be quite a few pictures of Nyx, and there would be some pictures of Rose done by Nyx as well.
I bet those are Rose's absolute favorite. What does Nyx look like in these pictures?
She has black skin, white hair, green eyes. She wears a loose-fitting crop top and baggy pants, and usually has wraps up on her arms.
Are there any pictures of sort of a beaten, bruised, maybe even bloodied Nyx? Is Nyx the type to get into maybe a conflict here in the tavern?
Yes, definitely.
Sorry, the music got real quiet and I got real confused by it. I apologize for being distracted. There it goes. Last but not least, in these pictures, there are a few of what seem to be someone Rose is fascinated by. They're very, very carefully drawn pictures. You can tell that she probably spent a really long time trying to do a really good job on these. And these are pictures of Keen. What does Keen look like in these pictures?
Keen is a blue-skinned, blue-haired tiefling. 2 small black horns, one of which is chipped slightly. Keen has strong, handsome features. And she, probably in the pictures that Rose has drawn, she's always got this sort of wise-cracking grin on her face. And she wears a long, heavy jacket without any sleeves, a blouse underneath, loose-sleeved, tight breeches, and tall boots, of course. And I imagine some of the pictures Rose has drawn her either playing the lyre, or doing some sort of acrobatic stunt with her staff.
So Rose is actually just finished up her drawing, and she sort of takes the picture and she looks very, very proud of it and sort of presses it to her chest and begins to sort of weave around the legs. She passes the arm wrestling blue tiefling, and no, that's not who she's looking for. And she kind of makes her way through. She's actually looking for Keen. Keen, what are you doing in the bar this evening?
Keen is Keen is probably sitting at the bar, looking at the 2 fiddlers on the stage that have kind of commandeered what she considers her turf, looking a little bit annoyed at them. And I think she's got a glass of beer that she's been working on, and 2 finished shot glasses. And after sort of glaring at the fiddlers, she turns back around to address the person tending the bar, and holds up a hand and says, "Do you mind if I get another shot over here?"
Right, just a minute. And you see Amari Lannon, the sort of mistress of the mare, sort of give you a finger, doesn't even look at you, knows your voice, knows where you are. You're a regular, and so she just sort of continues what she's doing. But you do see in her movements, she does at one point grab a glass, and while also preparing like 4 other simultaneous orders, manages to refill your drink and slide it across the bar. The cup arrives in front of you at the same time that this small little red tiefling hops up in the seat next to you and puts a picture down, and it kind of sticks to the moisture of the condensation on the bar, and it is a picture of you and her. Hi.
Takes the shot back, pushes it up against the kind of furthest part of the bar just to get it out of the way. And I look over and look at the picture. "Oh, Rose dearie. Oh, this is the most beautiful drawing I think I've ever seen."
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's for you. I drew it so you could take it with you.
Oh, well, where am I going?
Oh, Mama said you were going on a trip. She was talking about it this morning. She says she's got work for you.
Oh, does she now? Well, I will keep this close to my side. And I hold it up in front of me, give it a good look over. kind of point at some features. Well, this is spot on right here, I'll tell you.
I was working on that for a really long time. I found out that if I put the purple crayon down and then I use the blue crayon on top of it, it looks more like you.
I love it. Thank you. Rose, you're the best. You're the best person in this whole damn bar. Do you know that?
I do know that.
Of course you do. And then I'm going to roll it up and tuck it into a pocket on the inside of my jacket. This is going to keep me company.
You're gonna take good care of it, right?
Oh, of course.
Okay. I'm gonna go draw another picture now. Bye!
Okay, bye!
Just jumps down and is gone.
Oh my god!
As this is happening, over in the corner with the blue tiefling who's sort of taken up court, she kind of looks up and sees Thad and, hey! You! You look like you could, hold your own. Care to wrestle? Elbow down on the table in front of her. I like it. All right. Grabs your hand. She's got a pretty mean grip.
I have a pretty mean grip too.
All right. Give me a intimidation check real quick, just to see how we start this off.
5.
I'm picturing you like squeezing her hand, and the grin just gets bigger. Like she's confident that she can beat you. This is gonna be yeah, go for it.
I'm looking mighty scared, I tell ya.
So this is gonna be a strength contest between the two of you. All
All
right.
right, let's get this underway then. I didn't expect you to come over like that. Usually most people leave the dwarf alone when it comes to contest to strength, I tell ya.
I ain't most people, and she's gonna try to push your arm down. She rolled a 4, so
I rolled a 24.
yeah, I'm guessing she's feeling real cocky. So she's like not ready for it when you push down, and her arm just drops smack into the table instantly. And she's like stunned.
Good effort there, I tell you. I've been up against many strong beasties in my time, and that was really impressive, but we weren't betting on anything, so I didn't just see any purpose in making it quite a show, you know.
2 out of 3.
All right.
Arm down again.
All right. Are you putting some money on this, or are we just doing this for pride?
I'm gonna put some money on this. I'll wager 10 gold pieces.
Hey.
Whoa.
Yeah. All right. I'll do it. Let's do this.
All right, make another strength check.
Oh god, oh god.
17.
She needs to stop. She rolled a 2. Once again, this time it's even quicker. You just boom, her arm down. You cheating?
I kind of am.
You cast some sort of spell on me or something?
I don't have that kind of spell. It's just in me blood.
You're cheating. I'm gonna get you thrown out of this bar. And she kind of like stands up, and she's starting to cause a commotion, which actually attracts the attention, I think, of Vela and Nyx. What were you folks doing before you hear this blue tiefling start to cause a stir, accusing Thad, your friend, of cheating?
I was sitting at the bar, kind of sipping on my drink, and attempting to flirt with a lady barkeep, and I don't think it was going well because I'm not the most charming person.
if you're trying to flirt with Amari, the red-haired tiefling or the red tiefling, she very much humors you, but you can tell that she's just humoring you.
Yeah, it's a little painful, so I'll take that as an excuse to be like, it's been fun, I tried my best, but what did I hear?
You hear just like a thud, and you hear this like voice going, "You cheating!" And you can like hear Thad's voice as well, and you kind of turn your attention and you see that this blue tiefling is like standing up angry and looks like she might do something. You can't really tell what she's gonna do, but she looks ready to go.
I would have been next to Bella working on a wood carving.
I'm gonna stand up, knock back the rest of my drink, put it on the table, and I'm gonna saunter over to the tiefling causing a commotion. I'm just gonna stand up really tall, all 6 feet of me, and just kind of look down at her and be like, "So, what are you doing?"
This one's cheating. Cast some sort of spell on me. Now wants to take my gold. It's not a fair bet. I ain't paying it.
I come over as well, and I'll say, I don't think it's possible to cheat in an arm wrestling contest.
Make
Maybe
such an attempt.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good at this. Oh, but I rolled a 4, so it's a 9.
It's absolutely possible. Have you heard of magic?
Or maybe
I've heard of magic. Ghosts. If people tell you there's ghosties about and it's all magic. I'm on your side on this one, but I ain't cheating.
Or maybe you're just that weak.
Excuse me?
You don't got the
like,
blessing of the
squares
Storm
up.
Lord, I tells you.
Kind of gets up into your face, fella. Say it again.
Maybe you're not that strong.
I move in behind the tiefling, just kind of hunkered down, ready for the old pushover.
Does a 22 hit, fella?
Yeah.
So she just rears back an arm and just clocks you in the face. She's not a monk, so it's not going to do a lot of damage. It's only going to do 3 points of damage, but she just right in the jaw.
I'm gonna wipe my face and just be like, that's how you want to play. Punch right back. Right in the face.
Make an attack roll.
Oh god, oh god. That's just plus my strength modifier, right?
Yeah, just unarmed strike.
16?
That hits.
Yeah! I wasn't
So-
expecting it to hit.
So it's 1 plus your strength modifier for an unarmed strike. So what's your strength modifier?
Plus 1.
So 2. You just kind of punch back, and she looks over her shoulder and sees Thad behind her. Sees Nyx, who definitely looks like could throw a punch.
Are you sure this is a fight you want to pick?
All right. 10 gold. Puts it down the table. I'm out. And begins to make her way out of the salty bear.
A wise decision.
Well, she wasn't exactly being all dishonest. I am wearing my belt after all.
I pull back my beard, and there's just this ugly giant face on the belt with, as anyone knows, it's a belt that gives me my strength.
Yeah.
Never leave home without it, I tell you.
If you're
But
always
hey,
wearing it.
there was no stipulations put in before the fight started, I tell you. It's an advantage, but they didn't know that.
Wearing it, is it really cheating?
She started it.
You did start it.
So,
At this point, you all see Imari sort of make her way back over. and kind of come over toward the group of you. Are y'all causing problems in my bar?
Of course not.
Tell the truth, Vela. Are you causing problems in my bar?
I got what I supposed to do. Take the punch and just leave it?
No, I suppose not. Are you all busy?
I'm not.
For what?
Well, I've got a job, and you're the only competent people in this tavern at the moment, so I thought I'd offer it to you.
What sort of job?
If you're interested, come to the back room. She kind of turns and moves away, and as she passes the bar again, kind of knocks on it with like a double at Keen, and just back room, and then makes her way out through like a curtained off doorway.
Well, I didn't think this day would come, but I suppose it was bound to. All right. Can I move off to the back room?
I pick up my warhammer off the edge of the bar, and I just sling it over my shoulder and saunter on back.
That freaking chick with the doing the damn, strength contest called the police on us.
Yeah, she did.
Damn.
Of the coppers.
Jesus.
So y'all kind of make your way into this back room, and you guys have, or not guys, you folks have been here before. Amari is a pretty good contact. She often has in the area work that she will ask people to do. She has a lot of travelers come in and out of her tavern, and she gets handed a lot of opportunities. There's a small table set up with a few chairs, and she's actually already taken up residence in one of these chairs and is laying out a looks like a scroll of some sort of very make a perception check, anybody who's coming in.
Nope.
25.
25, all right.
Should probably get my dice out, huh? Is this a D20? Ah! Oh,
Unless this 11 does something, but I doubt it.
17.
17. With an 11, you are able to see that there's a lot of writing on this scroll. This has got a lot of text on it, but you're not really able to make out sort of the nature of it. With a 17 or a 25, you are able to kind of get a glimpse, and this is a very official looking document. This looks like possibly a register or an inventory list of some sort. It even has a actual stamp on the bottom. And she kind of gestures for you all to come over to the table. Well, I will jump right to the chase. A gentleman came through here the other day asking if I knew any bounty hunters. And I told him that I don't work with bounty hunters, but I do know some folks who might be inclined to help him settle a debt or two. Apparently he's been robbed of almost 3,000 gold and needs someone to track down the thief.
Well, now how the hell did he let that happen?
Some sort of, she kind of gestures to the register, some sort of deal that they had.
Oh, that
and
kind of
payout
robbing.
the payout didn't work.
Got it.
Ran off with the gold.
Sucks for him. But what are the terms?
Well, I told him, I said, he can lay the terms out for you when he gives you the details.
Oh.
But I suspect he'll likely offer you part of that 3,000 should you be able to recover it.
Did he have any leads?
Honestly, I don't know. You'd have to go speak to him. He's up in Uskarn, about half a day's walk up the coast.
Well, I can only sing and dance my way to room and board for so long. I'm willing to do it.
Hey, I'm in.
Okay.
The gold is good.
She rolls up it and slides it across the table. Well, then, head to Uskan. The gentleman's name that you're looking for is... It would help if I had the notes open. You're looking for a Davis Rall. Half-elf. Pretty common-looking man, honestly. But he's probably staying in whatever sort of tavern they have for an inn up there in Uskan. Nothing as good as mine.
No, not at all. Certainly, it's just all shambles and drunks.
Ain't much different about it in here then, eh?
Suppose not.
Well, I would beg to differ there, but
Well, anyways, where I am is full of blackguards and drunks, so... So, can we go by boat, or are we forced to walk on the land?
It's no point in taking a boat up to Uskan. Half a day's walk, but you're welcome to spend the night here. You all have rooms. You all have tabs to settle.
I just came into 10 gold, but that covered me.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'll take all of it, though.
Okay. Here you go.
well, I think my room and board is covered already by all of the patrons I bring here with my stories. So I'm not too worried about that.
No, and we can settle when you make your way back. You will make your way back. You always do.
I
A lot
do.
of you. Right, well, you can head to Uskan now, but I recommend you sleep on it first. Good
You know-
night. I've got a child to put down, which is always the worst part of my day, because she never wants to do it. Kind of makes her way out of the back room.
Better her than me, for sure.
You're telling me I can make me money by telling me stories. I didn't know that. I thought I had to hit things and fix things.
How the hell do you think I stay here all the time?
The atmosphere.
No, not why, the how.
Ow. I don't know.
Well, maybe you should have thought about that, and we could have had this conversation sooner.
Ah.
Anyways, I think I would prefer to sleep off what I've done to myself this evening, and then just pick it right up again in the morning. Is there any objections to that?
Not at all.
No.
We could head out first thing.
Did what's her face give us the like the letter or whatever?
Yeah, the like inventory scroll she did slide it across the table for you guys to grab. Folks grab.
I'm gonna grab it and open it up and see what it says. See what's
I'll
inside.
look over your shoulder.
Make an intelligence check.
Alright.
Can I do it as well, or
Sure.
Okay.
You're looking at it too.
Where the hell's my? Oh, just regular intelligence.
it was almost so good?
I'll find a flat surface throw and there's so much stuff on my desk. Holy crap! Ooh,
10.
10.
18.
18. With the 10, you're able to read, there's a lot of items listed and a lot of prices. With an 18, however, you are able to recognize, Keen, that the stamp at the bottom belongs to the Scarlet Brotherhood, and that this is a ship's register for items that have been brought in to, it doesn't say exactly which port, but this was some sort of deal from a ship that came in, and then there is a price tag down at the bottom for 3,000 gold. So there was supposed to be some trade of gold and inventory, and at some point something did not line up.
So the seal that was holding the letter together, or it's signed or something?
Yeah, there's like a stamped mark at the
Gotcha.
bottom
Gotcha.
that represents the Scarlet Brotherhood.
I'm just gonna sigh and sort of drop my head into the palm of my hand and look back up at the rest of the group. You see this little mark here? This is a sign of that damned Scarlet Brotherhood. I'm not exactly excited to get in between the sort of quibbles of the factions in town, but it looks like we might be making our way headlong right into one. Do any of you have any secret connections with the Scarlet Brotherhood that you might want to pony up on now before we end up walking half a day's walk alone together?
Nope. I'm all good.
No.
My guild has steered clear of them.
Vela, I'm not hearing you.
Still not hear me?
Now I heard you.
No. Okay. Weird. Sorry about that.
You have to put the mic right in your mouth.
Eat it.
Right here.
Eat the microphone.
That's a sign of a professional streamer. Your microphone is installed into your throat.
Probably make me easier to hear.
I'm gonna look at Bella and say, what?
No, I don't have any connections with them, but I've heard of them. So I'm not exactly excited to be walking into this, but gold is gold.
Well, as long as we all have an agreement that we're not looking to sign up with these scarlet shitheads, then I feel comfortable.
I'll be making more money than I make fixing the ships, but I ain't joining up with any crew of any nasty people.
No. Especially with the name like Brotherhood.
I tend to steer clear of factions like that as principle, but
Same.
Certainly working for them is not the same as joining them.
Well,
We're doing a job and then we get back to our business.
well, Nix, I would say that's an argument over semantics, but sounds like we're in a good spot. And I'm gonna stand up and slap the inventory to Thaddeus' chest and turn back at the group right before I walk through the door that enters into this back room. Well, I'm gonna go finish off my night then, and I'll see you lot in the morning.
Sounds like a plan.
Right. So your night comes to an end, and ends in a very similar way it normally does. You finish off your drinks at the bar, you settle up on your tabs, you make your way to rooms that you've already pre-arranged that you'll be staying in, and go to sleep for the night. When morning comes, you all sort of gather, have some breakfast, and begin to set out down the coast. Yes.
I order, like, whatever the fantasy medieval version of a Bloody Mary is.
The fantasy medieval version of a Bloody Mary. Yeah, it's like tomato juice squeezed into a cup with, like, really hard liquor and just, like, ice and pepper. So it's a Bloody Mary, but it's not well balanced. It's either really strong of pepper, really strong of tomato, or really strong of liquor.
Yeah, and that's totally fine with me. At breakfast, if we eat breakfast together, I intentionally keep my hands sort of like hidden in my lap. And when I go to like reach for like a utensil or the glass, there's like a slight quiver to my hands. That's the only thing I want to know at breakfast time.
Okay.
You know, if you add a little bit of clam sauce to that there drink, you get yourself a Kaiser and it's delicious.
What the hell did you just say to me?
Looking at your drink there, your breakfast drink.
What the hell's a
There's a
Kaiser?
bit of clam juice. Kaiser? Oh, that's when you get the clam and the tomato and you add the spicy stuff. And then you get yourself a bean that's been pickled in hot sauce. It's just...
That sounds disgusting.
It does.
Whatever happened to just regular ale? Just keep
Get
it
a little
simple.
bit of culture in you.
Oh, if that's culture, I don't want anything to do with it.
This is all the culture I need right here.
I am sure it's full of a culture. They don't be cleaning them glasses.
I will say that the Salty Mare is actually on the cleaner side of taverns. You get the sense that Amari takes pride in her establishment, but it is still a tavern for travelers alongside the road, so you're not totally wrong.
I'm just trying to mess with her.
Oh, Lord.
So as you all sort of step out of the Salty Mare and are met with the morning breeze, the sort of chill in the air as the wind comes in off the ocean, you actually see down on the shoreline, playing in the water, is little Rose and her mother just sort of standing and keeping watch. And they're about 300 feet away, kind of the opposite of the direction you're going to have to go. And so you just see sort of Amari raise a hand and wave at the group of you as you leave.
Well, we got some marching to do and I got the short legs, so I'll do my best to keep up.
All right.
You best, I'm not carrying you.
Come on, one more payback for the road. I'll even lend you my belt.
Hey, Thaddeus, I'll wear your damn belt.
Takes about a half hour to get used to it. Just, you know what? Just in case we run into any beasties on the road, I think I'd better keep it up.
Alright, it's your legs you're working on.
Aye. Well, I can march as good as anyone. We dwarves are very good over long distances. We got the endurance.
I'm gonna kick Thaddeus in the ass.
Ain't too hard to do that. You just a little flick of the toe.
I'm gonna, like, full stride, like, just, like, making kind of like a, oh, my legs are way longer than yours. Have fun keeping up.
I'm
Don't
gonna
get too far ahead. You're gonna need healing.
I'm gonna power forward with my 50 speed of movement.
Yeah, so Vela starts to like walk away to like sass Thad, and Nick's just monk, just gone, just power walk. You guys are getting pretty spread out on the road.
What are you
I'll
doing?
come back. I'll like kind of scout ahead.
All right. So you guys have about half a day's walk to get up to Uskarn. Who is gonna sort of lead the group on the road?
I guess I will, since I can like kind of go ahead and check out and see how, like, what things are like and everything.
Okay. How many feet are you going up ahead? How close to the group are you staying?
I guess I'll be like 15, 20 feet ahead of the group.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Uh, 25.
25. All right. So as you're kind of keeping pace ahead of the group, but kind of like looking back, seeing them, they might be messing with each other a little bit. That kind of continues throughout the walk. You kind of turn your attention back and you begin to see birds circling up above, about 200 feet ahead of you. And they're sort of circling something that's sort of in the middle of the road up ahead.
I'm going to go back towards the group and say, I think something died in the road. There's a large group of birds circling around. In either case, whatever it is.
Say again?
What was that, Thad?
I'll lead the way.
All right, so Thad's going to go up to the front.
Well,
Right.
shit. Keen's gonna reluctantly trail behind Thaddeus, keeping a lookout.
All right. Thaddeus, what is your passive perception for me?
Oh, that's going to be, say I got a +4. So my PSE perception is 18. What?
18. All right.
Nice.
What? Where'd that come from?
Came from you being a cleric. That high wisdom.
Oh, wow.
Covers up my passive perception.
Yeah,
Look,
mine is garbage.
I'm not very wise.
All right. So as you're making your way forward, Thad, with the group kind of keeping up behind you, the birds, you get a better look at them. You're just kind of keeping an eye on what's ahead of you, but your eyes are kind of drawn upward again to the circling birds, and you actually begin to make out their form better, and they are not birds. They have wings and are flying, but they also seem to have almost elongated forms, and where it goes into talons, it's extended, almost humanoid-ish, almost like legs, and they seem to have heads as well. Go ahead and make a nature check for me.
That is a 17.
17. You recognize that these are harpies, almost human-sized, and they, like vultures and other birds that prey on the dead, they do circle corpses and things, but they are far more dangerous to the wandering traveler.
Hey, we got a wicked case of harpies up here.
As you kind of realize what they are and kind of relay that to the group, you can see now clearly what they're circling. It does look to be a dead body. It's a corpse in the middle of the road that almost kind of looks like it might have washed up from the shore, and leaning over the corpse, just sobbing with like protective arms over the body, crying, but also looking up at the creatures above her and panicking, is an older woman.
Well, I'd better go running up then. Thaddeus is gonna just signal with a hand wave for the others to follow, running as fast as their tiny feet will carry them.
Okay, and that's 25, correct, for a dwarf?
Yeah.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm gonna pull out my double-bladed scimitar and follow.
All right.
I'm keeping an eye on the sky as I go.
All right. I'm gonna have everybody go ahead and roll initiative for me. You're not in combat yet, but I would like to go ahead and get some initiatives going, just to help us keep track of actions.
What a waste of a natural 20.
Oh.
I'm so upset. That's 22.
Okay. Hold on.
Oops, sorry.
You're fine. All right. Anybody over 25?
No.
All right. Over 15.
22.
I got a 15.
Okay. What was that, Bella?
22.
Okay.
I'm
22 for Vela, 15 for Thad,
18.
18 for Keen. What did you roll, Nyx?
13.
13 for Nyx. All right. Those are pretty good initiatives, folks. All right. So as you're kind of rushing up, who's rushing up? I know Vela and Thad are running up.
I'll train
Nyx-
them.
Okay. Nyx, you're running up. Keen, what are you doing?
I'll bring up the rear, and just. Yeah, I'll actually. I will go up, alongside with Thaddeus, near to the front.
All right, so as you all move forward towards this woman, you see her start to like stand up like, oh my goodness, thank you so much, and reaches her hands out to you. I need everyone to make a wisdom save.
Yeah, fucking
Uh-oh.
A. Knew that shit. Damn it.
Oh! A wisdom saving throw?
A wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay. Woo.
20!
All
Oh
right.
yeah.
So Vela was 20.
Yeah! Not
Thad
natural.
was
Clerics, y'all.
22. Nix, you have a look on your face. What'd you get?
8.
8. All right. Keen, how about you?
A 1.
Okay. So Thaddeus and Vela, you see her arms sort of reach out to you, and her hands kind of like fold up into fists, and she pulls them back to her chest, and you get up a little bit closer, and her form seems wrong. Whatever sort of illusionary magic she is using does not hold up in close range as you get close to her. As you're realizing this, you notice that your companions, Keen and Nix, just stop. Standing in front of you, Nix, you see the thing you desire most in the world. What is it?
Somehow this thing is me being very famous. Which is a little confusing.
But it's confusing, but at the same time it's right there. It's grabbable, it's achievable, and you are just, that is all you can focus on in the world. Keen, what are you seeing?
I stop dead in my tracks and kind of like drop the staff that I carry, which like doubles as like a walking stick. Instead of like holding it in like an offensive pose, it kind of like drops to my side. And there is a tall Goliath woman, long white braids, black markings across her face and arms, and she stands there. Yeah, that's what I see.
You are both just completely entranced by these visions in front of you. You are paralyzed as we go into our initiative order. Vela, what do? You see that whatever this figure is in front of you, there is something wrong about them, and you see your companions behind you frozen.
That's all I need to know. I'm taking a swipe.
All right, go ahead and make an attack. Let's do it. Let's combat.
Oh, of course. Where did it go? Come back. 14.
14 just hits.
Holy
Ooh.
smokes! I did not think that was going to do it. Okay, so 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. All right. What type of damage is it?
It's slashing.
Slashing damage. Okay, 8 points of slashing damage.
And then hang on. I haven't played one of these before.
As you look that up, her form, as soon as you slash into it with your blade, the illusion just ripples and almost like tears apart where the cut is and reforms into this ferocious, terrifying, harpy-like woman, but where she should look like every other harpy, her face is far more pinched and gaunt. Her eyes are solid black, and the wingspan is twice the wingspan of a normal harpy.
I don't like that. That's not my favorite. Then do I have to do these? I'm sorry, hang on. I haven't used, okay. I'm gonna do, as a bonus action, Blood Curse of Binding. As a bonus action, reduce the speed of a creature up to one size category larger than you to 0 within 30 feet. If it fails a strength saving throw, DC 14. This lasts until the end of your next turn.
All right, that's a natural 20.
Of course it is. Why would it be?
What does this look like when you do this action? What does it look like when you use a Blood Hunter ability?
So I well, now I'm trying to like picture it because I have the big weapon in my hand. So I think after I do the hit, I would bring the blade back and like kind of cut my palm really shallow so it bleeds, and then I take the blood and let it drip on the ground, and when my hand goes out to them and the blood comes off and like hits the ground, and then it like tries to bind them to their
So this blood just sort of drops onto the ground and begins to sort of reach up her legs, and she just snarls, and the blood almost seems to get just like flicked off of her skin as she just sort of like shakes all of her feathers in like a very bird-like action of just as she resists your ability. Up next is Keen. You are paralyzed.
So I know I can't move. Can I talk or anything?
For paralyze, you cannot move or speak.
Oh shit. So all I can do is like make another like wisdom save or something?
Let me read up that real quick. Yep, you can. You don't need to make a wisdom save because it's going to drop as soon as your turn's over with this ability.
I think I just stand there and like tears just start rolling down my face, especially as I see Bella attacking this person.
Yeah, so as the tears begin to roll down your face, the vision in front of you disappears and is suddenly gone again, and this heart wrench comes over you, and it actually physically moves you as you regain the ability to move your body.
And I'm fucking pissed now.
All right, you're fucking pissed. As that happens, 4 of the harpies above are going to come down and make an attack. Yup. So 2 of them are going for Vela, and 2 of them are going for, not Vela, sorry, Keen, and 2 of them are going for Nyx because you guys are paralyzed.
Great.
Most of these are real bad. Does a 13 hit Keen?
Oh shit, sorry. Shit. Where was my AC? There it is. Oh, wow, it sure does.
It does. All right. So you take 6 points of slashing damage, and you also take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as one of the harpies sort of comes down and slashes against your just coming out of paralyzed form and then hits you with the club in her hand. The other harpy that kind of dives at you is actually thrown off by the first one and manages to miss. As this is happening, the 2 that go for you, Nyx, I'm sure it does an 11 hit.
Nope.
Yeah, so you just complete miss from both of them. They just dive and you just duck right out of the way. No, you're paralyzed. Excuse me. They roll with advantage. Does a 15 hit?
No.
All right. So the one that manages to get to you as you're paralyzed and solid, their talons just sort of scrape against and they like catch your pants and like tear one leg of your pants up, but they don't actually get any flesh and you don't take any damage. Next up is Thad.
Okay, not liking what I'm seeing here.
And I'm going to cast my sacred, not my sacred flame, my spiritual weapon, which takes the form of a spear that looks like a jagged lightning bolt.
Zeus.
Nice.
Yes,
Love it.
the largest arms.
And I'm going to cast it right next to the paralyzed ones. And I believe I get to make an attack on this round.
Yes, you do. You get to attack right away. So you've got I'm making them groups. So you've got 4 harpies that are down by Nyx and Keen.
All right, so the lightning bolt is going to lance in, and first one is there's a 14 hit.
Yup.
Yup, okay, 14. And where's me damage? And I just cast it at the by the way, I just cast it at the basic second level.
Okay.
So second level is, come on, get out of there. 1d8 plus 4. Really?
Do they make a save or is it an attack roll?
It's an attack roll.
Okay. Oh, you already did that. It's 14. Sorry.
Yeah, it was 14. So 1d8 plus 6. Oh. Yeah, it doesn't get any more powerful. Okay. So that is a 8 damage.
8 damage. All right. This spear kind of goes into one of the harpies, and you watch as it like leaves a like black burned hole in one of the wings, and that one is like struggling to stay in the air.
Right. And I believe that's my turn.
I believe you still have an action because
I do have
spiritual
an
weapon is a bonus action.
Well, then I'm gonna stomp me foot, and I am gonna there's gonna be a little ring of thunder as I stomp my foot, and my boot has my holy symbol on it, and I'm going to use my sacred flame cantrip on the mega harpy that's attacking Villa.
Okay, as you go for the matriarch, is that a saving throw on my part?
The 16 to save.
Dexterity?
6, yes, I believe. I can't make my thing go away.
Oh, that's good. That's only that's a 15. She fails.
All right, so that's going to be radiant damage. Not too much. It's going to come to a total of 6.
A total of 6 radiant damage. All right. She kind of just sort of shakes it off. You see it hit her, and she just it sizzles some feathers, and she seems to barely feel it.
Arr.
All right. You still have some movement, if you'd like.
I think I'm going to be keeping me footing.
All right. You stay grounded right where you are. The second grouping of harpies, the ones that are still up above, they begin to release a sound. And there's a melodic nature to it that implies it's a song, but it is not pleasant on the ears. In fact, it is painful and it is piercing. And I need everyone to make another wisdom saving throw.
There it is.
Damn it.
That's
17.
a natural 20 again.
Damn.
All right.
What the hell is happening?
Noah's a pro. Wait. Oh, shit. How the hell? Wow. Okay.
Being completely tone deaf, the music doesn't do anything to Thaddeus, rolling a total of 17.
Nope, does not do a thing. It's just loud, is all it is. Keen?
An 18.
An 18. All right. And Nyx.
5.
Oh, no.
So, an actually very... Nope, never mind. You're paralyzed, Nyx, and you can see this visage of yourself. And as that happens, this song begins to sort of dance through your head, and you are now charmed by the harpies.
I have advantage against being charmed.
All right, roll again.
Come on. 7.
Ah!
Oh. No.
All right.
Dice in jail.
So a very strange thing happens next, because it is actually your turn next. You want so badly to go to that sound. And it is pulling you away from this beautiful vision ahead of you of you being so successful and famous, but you can't move. And these two effects are actually pulling against each other. As that happens, the vision dissipates and disappears at the end of your turn. You may make another wisdom saving throw, though, against the song.
Actually, can I use my action to do stillness of mind? You can use an action to end one effect on yourself that is causing you to be charmed or frightened.
Does stillness or mind require you to move or speak? Because paralyze is what's taking away your turn. Kind of.
I don't think so.
Because your paralyzation does not go away. So what does stillness of mind look like? Do you actually have to physically do something, or do you just sort of calm yourself?
I think it's something internal.
Okay. So I will say that as you kind of like close your eyes to this vision in front of you, you manage to sort of shake the sound of the song, and when you open your eyes, the vision is also gone, and you're no longer paralyzed.
Okay.
Hell yeah, monks. All right. It is now the matriarch's turn.
I was gonna say, I do
Um,
not want to fight along. No thanks.
She
No.
is going to, who is closest to her? Closest to her is probably Thad, because you were in the front. So she is going to make 2 claw attacks against you.
Hey, bring it.
All right. Does a 16? Nope. Sorry, it has a plus. Does a 22 hit?
Aye.
Does a 15 hit?
Nay.
All right. So only one of these is going to hit. She's going to do 3d6 slashing damage.
Ooh.
Yar.
Not bad. Okay, so she does 9 plus 3. She does 12 points of slashing damage. She kind of goes towards you with like both talons at the same time in this like movement, and manages to grab you with one side, but the other side misses, and you take 12 points of slashing damage.
And as she hits me, there is this crack of thunder as she triggers my holy ability to
Oh.
retaliate with that. So there's going to be a crack of let's see, 2d6, 2d8 thunder damage
All right.
as I use my Wrath of the Storm and deal a total of 9 damage to her thunder.
All right, 9 damage to her. Nice. She kind of shakes at it. I imagine thunder damage is not only painful, it's loud.
Oh, yeah.
She does not like it. All
Don't be
right.
messing with those of the Stormlord.
As that happens, she's going to, seeing that she's on the ground and she's a harpy, she's going to actually try to fly up to join her 4 children that are flying above. You will get an attack of opportunity. In
I use my reaction. Can
I
Bella?
think a couple of you might.
I have the centennial feed if she's in within 5 feet of me.
Sentinel?
Sentinel.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Vela and Nyx might also get attack of opportunities. So go ahead and make those attacks, guys, as she's gonna try to fly up above.
You don't.
Ooh. 18 plus
Well,
9?
maybe she does.
25, yeah, that hits. No, 27, yeah, that hits.
Not, that's a 10.
10 does
damage.
not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
7 damage. And Thad, are you making a melee attack?
I used my reaction to cast that Storm Wrath.
You did. All right. So, Nyx, you're able to kind of like, you've centered yourself, so you're not surprised when she goes to fly, and you're able to get is it a punch? How do you hit her?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to sock her in the jaw.
Nice. And you just kind of whack her against the face, and her skin, it is like leather. As your like fist connects with it. But she does, because you do not have Sentinel, manage to fly up, and she's now 40 feet above you guys flying. And we're back to the top of the round with Bella.
Action to use a Crimson Right.
All right.
Gonna take my sharper fingernails and then ice crystals, like the blood that started, like it's icy, and my weapon glows a little bit, and how far do I have to move to get to
Who?
one of them?
Not very far to get to the harpies that are on the ground.
I'll
like
move
5
up to
feet.
them,
Okay.
and then gonna take a swipe.
All right.
Okay, that's a 24?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then. So then that's that.
Keen, you are on deck.
So that's 5 points of slashing damage.
All right. Are you going for the one that's hurt or just a different one?
The one that's hurt.
Okay.
And then as a bonus action, I don't know if it counts for this weapon. I have 2 weapon fighting, but I have a double-sided thing. Like if I take a swipe with one.
2 weapon fighting implies 2 weapons.
2 different weapons. Okay. I think that's my turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Keen.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's an extra D4 of ice damage, so that's an extra 1 point.
Okay. Some of the feathers begin to sort of get covered in condensation. All right. Keen.
So they're how far up?
So the matriarch and 4 of the harpies are flying about 40 feet above you. And then there are like 4 that have come down and are like right on top of you guys.
Okay.
Folks.
I'm gonna go ahead and strike at them with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
I can attack twice with it. Because of the thing that I took.
Like things.
Okay. So, whoa, holy guacamole. The first one's a 24.
Yeah.
Second one's a 14.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Harpies are not very strong.
Oh.
They're squishy.
Okay. So, I'm not quite sure how the versatile works as far as it concerns being able to attack twice. But I want to be able to use it if I can. So, versatile meaning that I can either attack this using the staff with one hand or 2.
Yeah. I believe if you attack with 2, it does more damage, is what I've always thought, because you have more force behind it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me. Did I take out a D8? Crying out loud. Yes, there we go. Okay. No, is that a D8? Yes, it is. Okay, so that will be a 9 and an 8.
Okay, 17 points of damage. Are you going for the hurt one?
Yes.
Okay. As you whack into it with your quarterstaff, it like collapses down on the ground and just It's still alive, but it looks like it can't fly anymore. It is very hurt.
I spit on it.
All right. Anything else from you, Keen?
No, that's it. I'll hold my ground.
All right. Well, the other 3 are all going to go for you because you are beaten on their friend. I'm guessing most of these miss except the 16 hits. Does a 12 hit? It does? Okay, so 2 of them are going to hit you. So as these 3 harpies attack you. Descend, thank you. I could not get that word out for some reason. As these 3 harpies descend upon you, one of them is actually like buffed back by the wings of the other 2 and sort of pulls away and doesn't get its attack in. The other 2 come in and you take 12 points of slashing damage, and now they're going to try to hit you with their clubs.
Oh, fuck.
And those are both 14s, so you're also going to take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as they both hit you for bonk and bonk. They are just like on top of you. They're just feathers flying, and they're just like shrieking in your face.
Yeah, I'm looking like a little beat up.
A little rough, yeah.
A little beat up right about now.
How far is Keen from me? Just so I know.
Within 5 feet.
5 feet. Okay, good to know.
All right. As that happens, we go to Thad. Thad, you've got 5, including the big one above you, and 4 right here on the ground. 1 is hurt, and 3 are attacking Keen.
All right, so bonus action, I'm going to use the spiritual weapon, Spear of Lightning, again to try and hit the injured one that's on Keen.
Okay.
So it's attack to do a total of 15 plus 8. So.
Yeah.
And but it's only going to do 3 damage.
Aw.
Of
What does it look like when it kills the harpy?
It's not just a spear through, but it also does a lift and a little shake to shake the harpy off the spear of lightning.
This harpy is like on the ground, like holding themselves up with these like bent wings that are also their like forearms, and they just kind of begin to rise to go after the one that's been attacking them, and the spear just inside of them, and they just and then the spear just shakes them off. So it's one dead.
But for my action, I am going to again stomp my boot and look up at the harpy matriarch and go,
Time to feel the thunder!
And I'm going to cast Shatter, and
All right.
I'm also going to expend my channel divinity to maximize that damage.
Okay.
And I'm casting it at what level? Oh, so much fun. Let's burn. Let's see. What's a 4th level spell do? Yeah, let's do a 4th level spell.
Love it. Is
So
Shatter
it's maximized
a
damage
saving
of
throw?
40 points of thunder damage.
Is it a saving throw?
I believe it's Shatter is a saving throw, Constitution 16.
Constitution 16. All right. What is the radius of Shatter?
10 feet.
10 feet. This is also going to get the 4 harpies that are circling their mom. So I'm going to roll for that group and also her.
It's a 10-foot circle, so I don't think it's radius. I think it takes up 10 squares. So anything who's completely close to her.
All right. So mom is going to save with a... Oh, no. You said 16. She just got a 15. Yeah,
Again?
You're going to hit all of them for how much damage?
40 points of thunder damage.
Well, you see, the hit point of a harpy is 38. So as your shatter goes out, you watch the 4 harpies circling their mother just drop one after the other. Just some of them splatter into the water with like these big splashes. Some of them hit the rocky shoreline. The mom also looks real shook up and is like screeching now.
And that's how I lower the boom.
All right. Anything else from you?
I'm going to rush over to run interference near Keen.
Okay, so you run over towards Keen.
Hammer wailing.
Okay.
My God.
Nice.
How many are left?
Tempest clerics, yo.
3.
3.
3. Oh my God.
So as you rush over, the next people in the order are all dead. So we're on to Nyx.
Okay. I'm gonna go over by Keen and just start wailing on.
There's 3 of them.
They're all at the same. None of them
Yeah.
have been hurt yet, so
None
I'll
of
just
them have been hurt.
hit whichever one's closest.
right.
That is a 17 to hit.
Oh yeah.
My quarterstaff, 7 points of damage, I believe. Yes.
Okay, 7 points of damage.
And hit again with my quarterstaff. That is 18 plus 9.
Yeah. For everyone's knowledge, a harpy has an AC of 11. So
Okay. 10 points of damage.
okay. Yeah, you just kind of whack.
And I'm going to do a flurry of blows.
All right. So you get 2 more attacks.
20 and 22.
Yep, both hit.
Cleo, you're in the way. Okay. This is my fist.
Fist of Fury.
8 damage on the first one and 9 damage on the second one.
All right. Yeah, you just wail into one of these harpies that is like on top of your friend, and you just beat it down. It is bloody, it is bruised, it is looking rough. Anything else?
I'm just gonna like ready myself for the next round.
All right. We're gonna go to the matriarch. She is going to see everything that is happening. And I believe she is going to come down and she's going to attack Thad. Yeah, so she just kind of swoops down on top of you. Yes.
For the open hand technique, because I did a flurry of blows, I'm going to have it fall prone if it fails a dex saving throw of 14.
Prone.
Cool.
All right. So the mama harpy comes down on top of you with a 17 and a 20, not natural.
I'll take both. Let's do that.
They both hit? All right.
Yep.
So he's going to do 3d6 for both of them. Sorry. 16 for the first talon and 19 for the second talon. I rolled real good.
Oh, that one wasn't so pleasant.
And I think she's going to try to grab you with
I'm
that
also
last
going to.
one.
I'm also going to another boom of thunder with my reaction.
All right.
As another thundering boom,
Okay.
shockwaves out from my chest.
All right. Go ahead and make a strength saving throw for me.
Sure. And have her make a DC 16 dex save.
Ooh, yeah, she saves that time.
Okay, and you
That's
said it
a
was a
18.
strength save?
Yep.
Strength save is +5, and so it's a 9. So she got me grappled.
She rolled a 9, but it's a 10 total. So she does grab you. So she's got you in her talons. And she was 40 feet up, so she can't fly off with you yet, but she is going to try to next round, probably.
She's got 1 thunder damage because she takes half on a save.
Okay. 1 thunder damage. All right. And we are back up to the top with Vela.
How far is the matriarch?
Within 5 feet. This is all kind of happening in like one group.
Okay. I did read about my weapon. I can come around with the other end of it.
Awesome. Sounds
Double-bladed.
great.
So I'm gonna just make 2 attack rolls because I'm gonna go in with the one side and come right back around with the other.
Okay.
Give her the real big smack. Where did my
Darth Maul style. I like it.
oh my god, okay. No, not at all.
What'd you get?
That's a 9 and
Nope.
8.
No, neither of those hit.
Holy moly. See, this is what happens when you roll a natural 20 for your initiative.
Wasted it. As you like
Cursed.
come around with your sword, she in that same moment grabs Thad and you panic and you pull your swipes. You just don't go in as close as you need to hit her because you don't want to hit your friend.
So with this 2-weapon fighting bonus action, could I pull out a dagger and just kind of like throw it at her?
Sure. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Try one more time. Please be kind. No, that's a 3. We're not.
You,
I
you
can't even.
just- There's this weird moment as you're like staring at her holding your friend where her almost humanoid face that is framed by feathers looks a little too similar. And you just throw and miss by like 5 feet because there's just this realization in your mind.
Wow, damn. Anders doesn't pull punches. Okay.
Nope.
Whew.
Me?
Yep.
Cool. So I see what's happening here, which is problem. So how many buddies are left?
There's 2 that have not been hit that are still sort of on you. There's 1 that is real bad, like on the ground, last limbs. And then the mom looks pretty hurt, but she's got Thaddeus in her talons.
Can I get to the mom without suffering an attack of opportunity? Probably not.
Probably not.
Okay. Is she? Would you say she's within 5 feet of me? Yay or nay?
Yeah, she's kind of like at the edge of that, but I would say a 5-foot spell, I'd give it to you, or a 5-foot reach.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do? I want to use Green Flame Blade on my staff. Funny enough, it will jump to someone. It will jump to another target within 5 feet. Are we all clustered up enough for that? Was the thing? Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna do that then. I take my staff, and I sort of push it forward in my hand to get the reach on it. And as I do that, and it pushes through the air, this sort of green flame casts around, appears around the tip of the staff, and I kind of almost like pinball style, like try to launch it, push it towards the mama harpy. Ooh, thank gosh. I always roll like garbage trying to cast this damn thing. Okay, so that is a... Let me just make sure I'm doing this right, because I always forget how to roll this thing. So that is a... Where'd you go? Oh, that's definitely a hit. It's an 18 plus an 8.
Yeah, definitely hits.
Okay then, let me roll damage. It's a cantrip, so I'm just casting it as that. So that's a 1d8. Fire damage. Okay, not too bad. 6 points of fire damage to Mama Harpy.
Yeah, she did not like that.
And then, hold on, let me see. Okay, and then another target, it will leap to a second target, and they will take 3 points of fire damage.
Okay, I'm gonna say, because I like it, as it sort of leaps off of her, it finds the harpy that's on the ground. And what does it look like when your green flame kills this harpy?
It just sort of leaps off almost like a stray ember, and lands on the flammable feathers of the harpy and just sort of engulfs this creature to burn them to ash.
There is a disturbing scream that rises up that is mostly bird but a little human as it is burned to death. All right, so that's another harpy down. Anything else you'd like to do, Keen?
Nope, that's it.
All right, so they are back down to the 2 remaining harpies who are seeing their mom grab Thad and look like she's gonna go, seeing that you're hurt but also doing damage. You just killed their friend. They are both gonna try to get up and out of here. So that, I would say, gives Keen and Nyx attacks of opportunity.
19 plus 9.
Yep.
Ten points of damage.
10 points of damage. All right.
Sorry, I had to meet myself in 2 places. It was definitely a hit. I rolled for damage, though. It was garbage. And that is, where'd you go? A total of 5 points of bludgeoning, I think.
Okay. So they both managed to fly up. They're only going about 20 feet up. They look like they might be waiting for Mama before they flee all the way. They both get up and they shriek, and it sounds like they're trying to do their sirens, their luring spell again, but you've all kind of managed to shake it off before, and so it's just a cacophony of painful noises, but it does not take anyone under. As that happens, we go to Thad. Thad, you are grappled.
I am grappled, but I'm not weak. And I'm gonna take me hammer. I'm gonna grab it by the head and I'm gonna slam it down on the matriarch.
All right, make an attack.
I love the voice so much.
So good.
It's so
Plus
good.
9. I rolled a 4, but with my plus 9, it's still a 13.
13. Unfortunately, that does not hit, just barely.
Darn.
You kind of swing towards her as you're like in her arms, and she just, or in her talons, and she squeezes them. And as that happens, you just kind of last minute jerk your hammer.
With my bonus, I'm going to redirect my lightning bolt spear, and I'm going to try and stab her in the back with it.
Oh, I love it.
And does it go again? Is it my attack bonus? I'm not used to being this kind of cleric.
Yep, your attack bonus, I believe.
Okay, so that's a total of 21.
Oh, yep, definitely hits.
All right, only a D8. Let's see, 5.
5. All right, so as it kind of pierces through her back, I'm gonna have her make a strength save. That's a 11. I'm gonna say she drops you. As it hits her in the back, she does that sort of action, and her talons release you, and you drop.
How far does I fall?
She's not flown up with you yet, so just kind of hit the ground. You don't take any fall damage.
I land on me booty.
Anything else from you, Thad?
I believe that's all I can do, but I am gonna get to me feet.
All right, so you use your movement to stand back up. Nyx.
All of them are out of reach at the moment, aren't they?
Mama's still low.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a swing with my quarterstaff at her.
Okay.
Actually, 2 swings because I have 2 attacks. We'll just roll both. 14
Just hits. Yeah, that's her armor class.
and 19 plus 9.
Yeah. Plus 9. Ugh.
Oh man, I rolled crap. 6 and 9.
What does it look like when you use a quarterstaff to kill a harpy?
I'm just going for her head again and just like bopping her on the head really hard, trying to crack her skull open.
Jesus.
Oh, it is not a nice look. It is actually, and she's kind of like making eye contact with all of you, and this staff just sort of comes down right through the middle, and the first hit just sort of dazes her, and there's definitely been some damage, but the second one you kind of weakened almost her skull, so that second one whacks down, and she just kind of, her eyes roll back and drops to the ground.
Nice.
You hear a very loud shriek from the other 2 children. And anything else from you, Nyx?
There's no other enemy nearby, so I'm not going to take my bonus action.
All right. Top of the order, Vela. There's 2 young harpies 20 feet in the air. Everybody else is dead. Enemy-wise. Not
20
party-wise.
feet.
20 feet in the air.
I don't think there's a whole ton I can do. I want to. I'm gonna walk up to Keen and put a cold hand on her shoulder, and I'm gonna use healing hands, and you restore 9 hit points.
Okay.
And that's my action and my movement, and I can't do anything else.
All right. Keen, your turn.
I look at Vela, just give him a wink of gratitude.
Blushy.
And look up at the remaining harpy that are kind of squawking and fluttering around. And I raise my staff with one hand, and I gesture to the carnage around us. If you don't want to end up like the rest of them, I suggest you get out. Go on now, while you can still live a life.
Make an intimidation check with advantage.
Okay. Oh gosh, I rolled off the table. Alright. Yeah, 19.
19. All right. You see both of them kind of like look at each other, and there's a squawk sound, and then back at you, and they're gonna flee if you're not gonna do anything else, because it is their turn next. So they are just gonna fly up, and they're gonna disappear out over the ocean.
I give them a middle finger as they fly off.
All right. You all kind of take in this sight of 6 dead harpies, one much larger mother on the ground. There are feathers everywhere, and in the middle of all of it is a human-looking man in brown, very, very plain clothing, also a corpse. And we're gonna take a break. Woo! Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back in like it's 5 to 7-ish minutes or so. Thanks. See you in a bit. Bye. welcome back. So our party has been given the task of tracking down a man in the town of Uskarn who has a job for them. And on the road to Uskarn, they encountered a human corpse on the side of the road and a family of harpies, managing to kill 6 of the children and their matriarchal mother. They let 2 of them escape with their lives and are now left on the road, surrounded by feathers, blood, and a dead body.
You think
What
that
do
was
you
wise
do?
letting him go like that? I mean, they could come back at any moment and get us.
As long as they don't mess with our heads again.
Aye. Well, we got their mother. If you want to go and check with the body, I'm gonna take some of these feathers just in case we can make a buck up.
The last thing I'm worried about is these stupid bird things coming back.
Yeah, you all kind of take a look, and Keen looks not so keen. Like, been a little rough.
You all right there, Keen?
You know, you're the only one who's hurt.
I've never been better.
I don't know. You kind of seem a little bit bloody. Here, come over here. Let me fix it up here, eh?
Look, this is what
Anyone else got a little boo-boo?
this is what I want us to do. I want us to keep going, so we can get to where the hell we're supposed to go. It's not gonna take us very long. This was a minor interruption. And then I can fucking rest when we get there, but can we just go?
Yes. Well, let's check on this little unfortunate man, eh?
I'm gonna kneel down and just see if I can find out if it was the harpies that killed this guy, and see if there's anything I can find on him.
Make a medicine check.
Medicine. I got medicine. Oh, too good though. Medicine plus 8. 16.
All right. As you're kind of checking the body over, you don't actually find any claw marks or anything that would have done damage. It does look like maybe they had riffled through his clothes and torn some of his clothing, but the actual body itself looks like he died from exhaustion.
Well, fortunately he didn't meet this kind of fate, but it looks like he might meet a little worse one. Died of the exposure, I tell you.
I will also say that as you're sort of checking his body over, you notice that his clothes are almost dried in that sort of the way clothes dry and get crinkled and hard, with sort of a briny almost texture to them. They're very gritty, as if maybe he had been wet or in the ocean and then his clothes had dried out in the sun.
Well, I know Bella ain't squeamish, but what about the rest of you? I'm thinking I can talk to this here lad in the morning.
Talk to him.
Aye.
And I reach down and I pick up this body and I sling it over my shoulder.
While this is happening, Bella has their hands over their ears, and it's like, well, if you didn't want to die, then maybe you shouldn't have attacked us. Stop that, that's so loud, stupid. Just like muttering to herself.
There they go, talking about the ghosties again.
How do you not hear this right now? It's so loud.
Because I'm not giving in to your illusionary craziness, eh?
Not crazy, you're crazy.
I think you're making it up here. Probably my leg.
Hold on a second. You want to bring back this fucking dead body so you can talk to it in town?
Aye. Let's
What?
find out how we drowned, eh?
And you know, that kills me, because this apparently isn't real, but you can bring that back and talk to it. And that's more legitimate.
Right.
The dead go on to their gods, or whoever else takes them. I don't know. I'm not really the religious sort, and I can communicate through the spiritual veil. But the ghosts aren't on this side; they're on the other side. What you're talking to is either in your head or an illusion. Yeah, you know,
Won't
there's
it be-
magic for that out there.
Won't it be a bit suspicious if we bring a body with us into town?
I mean, we could always prop him up against a tree like a drunkard.
Thaddeus, people die all the time traveling.
Aye.
So, this one seems to have died in the ocean and done the thing that bodies do, which is wash right back up onto shore. So, maybe we just leave it to do the whole sort of, you know, druidy shit where some fucking animal comes and eats them. And then all is well.
The respect is get them off the road, eh?
I mean,
I tells you we got to get him buried at least, and I could talk to him and find out his story. At least I could do. But if you're gonna throw a tissy fit, let's just at least get them off the road.
alright, fine, I can give you that. At least give him some dignity.
I'll take a half hour to bury the body.
All right. As you're burying the body, make a religion or history. I'll let you pick.
I don't think I have a bonus on either. That's a 16.
16. As you're kind of laying the body down, you begin to sort of take in sort of he's a very plain looking man, but some of his clothing and even his hairstyle actually stands out to you. It's cut almost sort of around the head, leaving the top of his head bare. And his brown clothing, now that you're kind of like rearranging it to give him sort of some dignity back, actually lays a lot like robes. And you know in this area there is an island with a monastery of monks. You don't know what island or what the religion or purpose of this monk monastery is, but you get the sense that this is probably where this gentleman came from.
I do find it weird, and I'm yelling back to the group, that a man not dressed for swimming would be found drowned, and doesn't seem to be signs of any burn marks or any struggle in a shipwreck. He's dressed in the robes of a monk, or not your kind of monk, under the Templeman. I wish I had a chance to ask him some questions, eh? The dead have a lot to talk about.
I just want to get to the next town. So
all right.
whatever it takes to get us there the fastest. Whether that means that you hoist this fucking dead body on your shoulders and then we head in. Fine. I just want to get there. Can we just go?
Artist Arm's got his bones now, so not much to talk about. Let's get on our way.
And whatever the hell it is that Vela is talking to is perfectly fucking fine.
Telling me it's a ghosty, but I can't see it.
Well, you can't see your god, can you?
I feel it in me
Does
bones.
have a point.
Well, I can feel a lot of things in my bones as well. When I've had enough to drink, they might say about your salt. Anyways, can we go?
Yes, let's.
Fine.
All right, who's leading up the last part of the hike?
I'll lead the way again.
Okay, make a perception check.
Oh, it's almost a natural 20. 12.
12. All right. You're spending your time looking ahead and looking above. And occasionally you'll look towards the horizon over the ocean to check to see if maybe those harpies are returning. But you're keeping a very good lookout up ahead of the group. So you don't notice that at the back of the group, Vela is getting into some sort of quiet argument with something or someone. Vela, who do you see walking next to you?
I see. I think a middle-aged human traveler, but like one of the bitter older drunkards that kind of just got lost. traveling, and he's talking my ear off.
Did you know that in this next town they got a tavern that has all these sorts of beers and things? They got like an apple cider thing that's just real good. We should stop there. It's called like the Frog and the Log or the Dogs on the bog or something like that.
This is all so fascinating, but it's been like 20 minutes. I don't care that much.
But it's really fascinating. They have this like fishing culture that they've got that is just it's been around for hundreds.
You're not even in. There's no. What are you talking about?
And this just kind of goes on. How long does this generally last, Bella?
I eventually try to ignore them because when it's like this and they're not even like listening to me, it's like okay, they're probably just like repeating.
Make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Ooh, spicy. Okay. That's juicy.
Andrew's coming for us in this game.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Okay. That's not great. Okay. All right. I might be okay. 9.
9. Okay, hold on. 20. Okay, so eventually they go away and you are left with a debilitating headache. And you actually, all mental stats, roll at disadvantage for the next hour.
What?
From just having the world's worst migraine.
Disadvantage on
Mental stats, so intelligence and wisdom and charisma.
Oh, okay.
Holy shit. Oh, why did you do that to yourself?
You know, this is what happens when I tell Anders something, and then he takes it. I like giving Anders things to hurt me with. It's great.
About half hour into this migraine, you all see ahead of you the village of Uskarn. Most of you have likely been here before. It's just one of many fishing villages that dot this coastline. No more than 900 people live here, most of them fishermen and craftsmen. There's a large, and you've heard of it before, but you're all pretty loyal patrons of the Salty Mare, so you don't give it a lot of sales. There's a large old warehouse that's been converted into a tavern / inn called the Fog and the Frog. And as you kind of make your way into town, this midday, there's sort of bustling shops and activity on the street, but most of the boats are actually out. You can see some of them on the horizon out actually fishing. So a large bit of the populace is actually out working right now in the middle of the day. So it's bustling but quieter than it is at night.
Do we know where we're supposed to meet this person? I don't remember if we were told.
You know that they were heading to this town. That's all you were told.
And we didn't have a name or anything, did we?
You do have a name.
Davis.
That's right. Yes.
Davis Rawl.
Davis.
Yeah.
That's right.
Perhaps we should start at the tavern.
Right idea.
That sounds fantastic.
I'm going to
Logical.
make a freaking beeline for the tavern.
All right, you guys kind of make your way through, and you pass, a baker's shop, a couple of fishmongers. There's definitely some shops that have a very distinct smell as they have been throwing fish guts and things out the back of their shop. You actually have to make your way past one of these narrower alleys where all of these guts have gathered. There's cats and flies and things. It's kind of gross, honestly. But
honestly, this is kind of gross. Honestly.
Home.
As you make your way through, you move down more towards the docks, and that's where you find the large converted warehouse that is the Frog and the Fog, Log on the Dog, whatever it's called.
Well, at least this My little friend told me gave this place glowing reviews. It's fascinating.
Perfect. I'm going to order myself a drink. Can I get something for everybody else? Or is it just me? You for
No.
sure.
I will also join you in that immediately.
I will join you as well. I don't like having my head messed with.
A whole bottle all to myself.
A lot of drinkers in this group.
Think you can drink me at the table?
Jesus. Yeah, I'm gonna saddle up to the bar, order shots on the house, whatever everybody wants. Get Thaddeus' whole freaking bottle of whatever.
So the barkeep is a very, very slight, slender, elven man who's got sort of grayed hair, which implies that they're very old. And sort of graying salt and pepper hair that's sort of pulled back into this like mohawk that probably needs a trim. It lays on the back of the neck weird, like they probably have let it grown a little bit. Kind of like my hair actually at the moment. And they kind of, oh, all right. What'll it be? What do you want? You want some plunk? That's the house lager. You want plunk? I got lots of plunk.
Yeah, sure. Give me your plunk.
All right, how much plunk you want? Plink's plunk comes in bottles. What do you want? I get 1 for you, 2 for you,
2.
2 for you. And what about you? What about your friends over there? What do they want? Do they want more plunk? I got lots of plunk. That's our specialty. I'm Spleldorf Plink, and I sell plunk.
Yes, you do. You do it so well. Do you have rooms here?
Not fancy rooms like you might be used to, but we got beds and they got walls in between them.
Fantastic. What do you say if I maybe provide some of my musical talents and storytelling talents to draw in extra crowds and make your patrons happy so they want to buy more booze from you? And then we can do a little bit of bartering and trading, get some of our booze for free and our lodging for free. What do you make of that?
I like everything except for the free part. I will give you that deal, but you gotta give me something in return. When you're telling your songs, you gotta mention how wonderful Plink's Plunk is. You gotta plug the merchandise if you want the free room and board, huh?
Well, of course. What else would I be telling stories about?
I don't know. Lots of people come in here tell lots of different types of stories. Spooky stories, scary stories, lots of stories.
So I'm gonna lean into or utilize my entertainer background.
Yup.
It says that I've received free lodging and food of a modest or comfortable standard as long as I perform each night.
All right.
In addition, my performances make me something of a local figure. When strangers recognize you in a town where you have performed, they typically take a liking to you.
Do you think you've performed here before?
No, but I will be starting today.
All right. What are the rest of you doing as Keen is bartering and selling their artistic abilities for your room and drink?
I'm gonna look around and see if I see any half elves.
Make a perception check.
17.
17. You do see some half elves. You see a group of like 3 undetermined gender, you don't want to presume, half elves who are sort of hanging out in a booth. You see one singular half elf who looks a little older, a little gruffer, nursing a drink at a table by himself, and like a couple, maybe on a date, maybe not. It's a fishing town. Probably not where you'd go for a date in the middle of the day, but maybe. Who knows?
What was the name of the guy again?
Davis Rawl.
Davis
Rawl.
I'm just gonna go up to them and... Are you Davis Rawl?
Who? Which group?
Just, not the ones that look like they're together.
So the guy by himself?
Yeah.
You walk up. I was asking.
We've just come from half a day's journey, and we're looking for a job.
Well, half a day's journey could be from any number of places. You gotta be more specific.
Just outside Saltmarsh.
Hey,
The
you
Salty
coming
Mare.
from the Salty Mare. How's Amari? That's a fine woman, that Amari.
Certainly cares about her work.
She tell you I'm hiring?
If you are who I'm looking for.
Name's Davis Rawl, and sort of wipes a hand on his pants before offering it to you.
I take it, even though I desperately want not to.
It's slimy with sweat. It's clammy. It's not nice. And he sort of shakes your hand and then, all right, I need you to track down a lowlife who owes me oodles and oodles of money.
3,000 gold, if I'm remembering correctly.
You got a keen mind there. Like that. Like that a lot. His name's Morley. And he squandered himself off to Firewatch Island, pretending to be a monk or some shit. And took my gold with him.
I see. How long ago was this?
Yeah, I got here about a day ago. Folks told me he left on a ferry. 3 nights. He's probably still there. Don't go somewhere to hide and leave the next day. That's stupid. He's not that stupid. I'll give him that. He's a little clever. He did steal my gold after all. Dick, though.
Indeed. And do you know what he looks like?
That's the tricky part. He's one of them magic folk. And, pretty sure I can tell you what he looked like when I met him. He's gonna look like something completely different when you meet him. I'm not sure when I met him he looked like him. I don't know.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, mighty unfortunate that. You taking the job or what?
How much gold do we get out of it?
25%.
Make it 30 and you've got a deal.
26%, you can take what you find on the body.
Fine.
Alright. Holds out his hand again.
I shake it again, even though I don't want to.
It's still slimy. You going by yourself?
No, I'll bring friends, don't worry.
Alright, he's slippery bastard, so bring smart friends. Yeah. Don't try swimming it. Get boat. Don't be dumb. You
We
tried the
certainly will.
plunk? And takes a
Not
drink.
yet. I've heard good things about it.
It's vile, but it does the job.
I see.
Now go away, I'm done talking to you.
Pleasure doing business with you. I go back over to my friends and relay all that to them.
So as you're talking to Rawl and Keen is getting drinks, what are Thaddeus and Bella doing?
Did you see Nix with her sticks? She took that head there. She's like, yeah, broken in her eyeballs going to bleed.
Oh, not so loud. Turn down the volume, just like a little bit. Just yeah. I did.
No, Nan, you need a little help here. I got the magic fingers.
Can I try doing a lesser restoration on Bella?
Yeah, absolutely.
Does that work on a headache?
We'll find out.
I don't know. It doesn't work on me hangovers, but they seem to be having a little bit of issue here, and
This will poke to the temple. It's not one of the conditions listed, but I'm going to try it anyway.
I will say that it does help your headache go away. It's not instantly gone, but the pain does lessen considerably, and over the next minute, it does eventually disappear.
Thaddeus, you are a miracle worker.
It's all the lardest arms.
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Look, if you're seeing things in your head, I mean, you can talk to me about it. I don't believe it's the ghosties, but I mean, I care about you.
I don't know what else it would be. I don't know who's around me all the time to be casting illusions unless it's you, but I don't think you'd give me headaches. I mean, we fight. Like, I like you, you know?
I guess the thunder. If it might be the ghosties, if you're being honest, I got a thing I can do to get rid of the scary things like the zombies and the vampires. If you let me know, I'll do a blast and get rid of them all.
Alright, I'll let you know the next time they creep up on me and complain to me about all the bars that they've been to and the liquor that they like and don't like and all that sort of nonsense. It was a riveting walk, I'll tell you that much.
Nix looks like she found her man.
Ooh, I kind of feel bad that letting her talk to them alone, but I've already had a long day talking to drunks.
I mean, I like the elf boys, but he's just a little greasy. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks a little greasy. I don't think I want. No, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm scared to try this plunk stuff. It doesn't really smell that great.
The whole tavern smells like plunk.
It's what I'm smelling. It's not good.
I mean, I get used to the smell of the low tide. This ain't that much better.
Do you have that spell? The one where you can like change the taste of things?
No, I get the one where I can do this, and I make my eyes spark with electrical sparkles.
That's a fun trick. That's pretty cool.
But,
I kinda wish I could do that.
I think you're talking about them book learning wizards.
Shite.
Yay.
That's unfortunate.
No.
Ugh.
I mean, I wouldn't have gotten into the shipwright business if I was one for the books. Not much of a fan of the reading.
Me
Learn on the
neither.
job.
I'm more a person of action than words, spoken or written. Myself, but
So I yell over to Keen.
Oi, Keen! You're done over there.
Keen, how many drinks do you ultimately bring over? They're bottles. They're not like 40 ounces, but they're not small. They're like in between small beer bottle and a 40. So.
Gotcha.
No growlers.
I think I bring over 3. I know Thaddeus wanted one to themselves. I'm also going to bring one over for myself, with the presumption that Vela and Nyx might be sharing. And I've
Okay.
already, drank through a quarter of the bottle. I mean, it doesn't taste super great, but, it does the trick.
take the bottle, give it a sniff.
You just...
It smells a little like a little bit like sour milk. It has sort of a sour, almost curdledness to it, but it is an ale. It's not like a dairy, but it does have that scent to it a bit.
Just swig it back, Vela. There you go.
Anyway,
Been a bit long in the barrel. Oi, Nyx.
Yes.
So, what's the dealio with the greasy-looking feller?
Well, he's our man, and we're going to an island.
Ah, the sea. I've been missing the water. All this solid land under me feet giving me land sickness.
I didn't realize that was possible.
Not used to
When
boats.
everything's not moving, I feel a little bit off balance.
I see.
So we're going to an island. Is the book of the passage, or is that up to us?
I think that's up to us. Didn't seem very keen to part with much of his gold, but we'll get something out of it.
So who are we looking for?
I don't remember their name already.
Morley.
Morley. And it's Firewatch
Firewatch.
Island.
Firewatch Island, yeah.
I have a terrible memory.
I write everything down.
I probably should.
So do we leave in the
Morley.
morning, or do we set off at night?
As that happens, you all hear a clatter of thunder outside.
Holy
Begin
shit.
to hear the drops of rain on the ceiling.
So I
I
think we're
press-
leaving in the morning.
I press a button on my armor and it pops off me.
Well, if it's okay, I'm gonna go do a little dancing before we all hit the hay.
Well,
Dancing. Are you dancing at the tavern? Is there music playing, or are you just kind of like
Yes,
silent
describe
tavern?
this.
Oh no, wearing just my skirts and a long flowing green, big puffy billowy sleeve shirt. I'm gonna run out into the rain and start twirling in the thunder.
oh, I see.
And you all watch as Thaddeus just kind of goes outside and they begin to sort of just twirl, and the rain is like hitting you on the face, and the thunder is sort of invigorating your spirit. You kind of look towards the horizon and the ocean, and you can see these massive streaks of lightning coming down and hitting the surface of the water. And as they sort of illuminate the night sky, you do begin to make out the dark silhouetted form of Firewatch Island in the distance.
There's where I'm going to dance, just until the thunder stops. Let them continue.
You all
He's a
sort
real
of
pain. Oh,
go ahead.
he's a real pain in the ass, but beautiful soul.
He's a good one.
I think so.
Well, I'm going to earn our keep. So, and
All right.
swig back more of the plunk. And look at the person behind the bar, give him sort of like a finger gun of acknowledgement, and head up to wherever there's like a platform.
There is sort of like a small stage. Most of this tavern is very there's like old kegs that have been converted into chairs. Some of the tables look like they're made out of the hulls of boats. It's very refurbished, whatever they had to make furniture. This stage looks like it will probably hold one person. You might not want to test it. There's also these weird wooden partitions on one side that you get the sense are what they intended as rooms. They're not fully
Great.
closed off. Some of them don't even have doors. They're more like cubicles.
Lord have mercy. I get myself up on there, take a seat of some kind, take out my lyre, and start singing songs about the ocean. Things that I've probably heard from Thaddeus. Songs about how great Plunk is, and how it'll make you sleep well. How it will make you sleep well with other people. How it will make other people want to sleep well with you. How it'll make you sail well. It'll make you look young and beautiful. Just singing its high praises. All a bunch of bullshit, of course. But whatever it takes to earn that room and board for me and my crew.
All right, make a performance check for me.
Oh, great. I don't think I took a performance. Oh, I did. Good. Oh, shit.
Kitty.
Aw. 24.
All right, 24. You earn, let's see, 39 gold total in tips. It's not all gold. A lot of it's like silver pieces, but you do earn a total of 39 gold in tips. Because we're getting a little close to our ending time, unless anyone has anything urgent, I'm going to speed us through sleeping for the night.
I sleep outside.
I love it. You find a nice spot. The sea air, the thunder, the storm eventually rolls past, though the rain continues for most of the evening. You make your way in the morning to the docks, and there are a few boats that haven't left yet to go out sailing. There's like a small ferry, a couple rowboats, and a what is the other one that is there that you could get? It has a name. It's like it's a keel or something. I don't know boats.
I think keel is a kind of boat.
Yeah,
Sounds right. It's a boat now.
Yeah, so there looks like there's a couple of smaller rowboats, and then there looks like one sort of larger, nicer looking ship down here at the docks. It is still raining a bit.
Yeah. I think that last night I drank myself particularly into a stupor. So this morning I'm not feeling super awesome.
Make Constitution saving throw.
Great. I'm rolling pretty well today. 16.
Okay, 16. You don't have any physical, like mechanical disadvantages. You just have that hungover sense of
Yeah, the funk.
The funk.
Gotten from the plunk.
I got the plunk funk. Yes.
The plunk funk. Yeah,
Plunk
there
funk.
it is.
So, what do you guys do?
I think I can see if we can get some free passage. Maybe I can do a little bit of work on the boat.
Free is
Yeah.
always nice.
I mean, I've worked on ships all my life. Not really one for the underground, but I love the open sky, and the sea is my wench. Ah, lady. No. Don't get me reminiscing.
I'm gonna go find a boat, someone who looks like they've got a bit of a boat that might need a little bit of repairs in return for some voyage.
Yeah, you find a sort of scraggly half-orc gentleman with like a sort of like curly but like splotchy beard. Just kind of holing in what looks like some old like crab traps that look like they've got just like holes in them. They're not in great shape. It looks like he might have wanted to go out this morning, but he doesn't think his equipment is set up to do it. He's looking real frustrated at his situation right now.
Boyfriend, moment of your time.
What you want?
Well, me and me compatriots is looking for a way across over to the Fire Island and the keep. Wondering if we could possibly use a bit of your vessel.
Can't get you the boat, but I'll take you.
Well, I don't need to buy it, but wondering if we could possibly get a little bit of a discount if I fix her up for you. Looks like you got a little bit of a hole there.
You know how to fix crab traps?
Aye, been doing it longer than you've been alive.
5 silver gets you to the island, but you gotta fix my traps.
So I rummage through me stuff and I pull out my carpenter's tools. I've got nails, I've got some metal reinforcing rods with nail holes in it to help. And I'll
Alright.
work on that.
Make a carpentry tools check with dexterity, I think would be the appropriate stat.
Okay,
Because you're trying to not get your hands all ripped up by like wires and barbs and things.
So I don't have the dex bonus, but I've got my proficiency bonus, which is a +4, so it's come to 16.
All right. You do manage to sort of get them back together. You get The places where they're more wood in construction, you're able to fix them up better, but you are able to sort of twist the holes in the wire together back as well. And he kind of looks over your work at the end and goes, pretty good. 5 silver gets you to the island. Not sticking around, though.
Oh, don't be needing it. I'm sure we'll find something on our way.
Just use just 1, 2, 3, 4.
Aye.
Anyone go now?
Hey, you. What the rest of you thinking? Anything else to do in the town?
Not that I can think of.
So,
No, let's go.
Alrighty. Well, the lad will be leaving right now.
Alright, get on the boat. Ugh, well, I guess I should give you my name, but I don't really feel like it, so you can just call me Rask.
All right, Rask.
Rask. Thank you for your service.
Mm-hmm. You all sort of get into the boat, and the water is not super smooth right now. It is a little rough, but it's not full in the storm rough, so you still feel okay, though the boat is definitely rocking, particularly as you're all stepping into it. On this boat, I do need an order of sitting. Rask is going to sit in the very back, and then there's 4 seats.
Middle row on the left.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll take the middle as well, I guess.
Okay, so Vela and Keen are kind of here in the middle.
I guess I'll be towards the front then.
Okay, and what about you, Thad?
As long as I can have my hand dipped in the water, I'll be good.
Okay, I'm gonna put you kind of like right here. Okay. So you guys, you folks begin to make your way out into the ocean, and it's not a long trek out to Firewatch Island, but the waves begin to pick up, and it gets rougher, and you're kind of getting rocked back and forth. And I actually need another Constitution saving throw from anyone who drunk plunk last night. So everyone.
Yeah, everyone basically.
And Keen, if you want to roll that at disadvantage.
Oh.
That's a natural 1.
Okay.
Shit.
So I drunk the plunk, but I have resistance to poison. Does that help any?
You're not poisoned, you're nauseous. So I will say roll with advantage.
With my background, would that help? So it's advantage?
I can't give you advantage twice, but you can roll with advantage.
It's a constitution?
Yep.
Was it a save? Sorry.
Save, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, darn. Even with all that, I've only got a 3.
Oh, no.
No, yeah, a 3. No, wait, no, plus 3, sorry. 14.
14, okay.
I'm a 7.
7.
I rolled a 2, but plus 4, that makes it a 6.
Okay,
That
so
advantage is
Thad,
a natural 1.
you are used to the water. You're used to drinking this sort of type of drink. You're kind of okay. You handle it fine. Everyone else, though, you're getting real nauseous. And in fact, Nyx, you up chunk into the ocean.
Awesome.
Awesome.
As that is happening, water is beginning to splash into the boat from the sides, and you hear Rask go, if you got anything to help me out here, Mer's not doing so great out in this weather. You actually hear a crash of thunder. Once again, it seems like the storm is on its way back. We're having a skill challenge, folks,
Oh, shit. All right.
to get to the island successfully in your boat. So, skill challenge. You can volunteer something you can do using a skill that will help the group on this boat make it to the island. You may not do a skill that someone else has already successfully used. So if someone uses Dex or athletics, you have to choose something different to help out. So the ship is now rocking. Water is beginning to slosh in and fill the belly. You can hear thunder in the distance. 3 of you are super nauseous. What do you guys do?
Is it sloshing due to holes in the hull or because the waves are crashing over it?
It's a mix. It looks like there's a few holes still in the bottom of the boat, and there's also water just sort of coming up over the sides because the boat is just sort of rocking in these waves.
Okay, I'll use the feature I'll patch it from my shipwright background that provides that I can restore hit points to the boat 5 times my proficiency bonus. So I can use whatever with my carpentry tools to patch it up.
All right. Let me have you. I do want to have you roll. I'm thinking because you're trying to stay on the boat, just make another Constitution check just to see how well you can sort of focus on this task with everything that's
16.
going on. 16. Okay. All right. You managed to sort of patch up these holes in the ship. Water doesn't seem to be coming in from the bottom anymore. It's still sloshing over the edges, but you have sort of made it a little bit better.
Can I use acrobatics to try to help us stay balanced?
Describe for me what that would look like.
Like standing and shifting my weight, like watching the waves, like as
Kind
they're
of like
coming.
in like a sailboat when they like move around the boat to kind of help keep the balance of it.
Mm-hmm.
Make an acrobatics check.
Oh, that's another natural 1.
All right, so that is a failure. You kind of stand up, and as you do, a wave of nausea comes over, and you just crumple down into the boat, and your weight actually shifts the boat sideways, and a lot of water comes in. Is that a hand raised? You have an idea, Vela?
Oh, well, that was my idea, but that was also like, oh god, I'm like picturing the scenario and it's just kind of making me nervous. Did you say we can't do a skill check that someone else did successfully? Or can't do another, like...
I'm gonna say because it was a failure, someone else can try an acrobatics check. Because I don't technically know. Because these are like from 4th edition, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So...
I would like to give that a try.
Sure. Yeah, you kind of are inspired by what you see Nyx do, and you see Nyx go down sick and think, okay, maybe I can do it.
I'm scared to roll. This dice roller's let me down so hard. Okay, that's a 19 plus 6.
That is a definite success. You're able to sort of help steady the boat, and you're now kind of using your acrobatics to help keep the boat steady. Keen, do you have any sort of thoughts, anything you're thinking you might be able to do?
I want to summon a water elemental.
All right. Sure.
To help kind of either hold the boat, like, with Vela also, keeping things steady, provide additional assistance to try to help also, like, maybe push it through the water or move this more quickly, or just keep the water out and away from us.
Okay. Give me just a charisma check. And this is just to see how well you can communicate with your summoned creature, to see how well it will help.
So this is an actual thing?
Yes, this is a spell that you have, and you can kind of boss it around, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna mark... Wait, I'll figure that out later, wherever the hell that is. Oh, son of a bee. Charisma check? Man. Wow, just rolling like totes garbs. 11.
11, all right. You still summoned this creature, so it does listen to you, but it seems a little bit confused by what its directive is. So it is like sort of pushing water away and kind of move, and it is helping. You're moving a little faster now. You aren't rocking quite as much, but it's not, I mean, it could have picked up the boat and kind of like moved you easily. So it's helping, but maybe not as much as you would have liked.
So I do want to add, because I didn't really read the spell, just because I'm that person that doesn't read their spell descriptions all the way for the cast a spell. It is a concentration spell.
Okay.
If it lasts up to an hour, so after an hour it'll disappear. If I break concentration, and it just becomes hostile to us. As a heads up.
Okay. All right, so we'll see if we need to make any concentration checks in a bit. All right, I'm gonna say that counts as another success for you guys, folks. I'm very sorry, audience. Working on our gender neutral terms. Anything else you guys want to do? You need one more success to make it to the island.
Thaddeus,
Thaddeus, you have an idea?
Water.
You have, what is it? Destroy water?
I can get rid of all the water inside the boat. Just wait her up, laddie.
All right, I will say, I'm not even gonna have you roll. Make a.
Burning a spell slot here. So.
Maybe
You are
wisdom.
burning a spell slot here, and so did Keen. I will say with the water elemental and the destroy water, you folks are able to sort of clear the water out. The water elemental is keeping the boat up, so it's not getting as much water knocked in, and you manage to make it to the rocky shore of Firewatch Island. The Rask just kind of like brings the boat up onto the rocks of the shore, and there's a dock, but I'm not gonna try to go for it right now. Winds aren't in our favor. I don't know what you folks are doing here, but as soon as that storm ends, I'm heading back. I want nothing to do with this cursed island. But go have fun, do whatever monk stuff you want to do. I'll be right here.
Alrighty. Well, if you see anything spooky, get under cover. Get out there as soon as you can. I think we'll find a boat back.
Well, I hope so.
I patched up the boat good enough. Should be okay with getting it back.
All right, so you guys kind of hop out of the boat, kind of take a look around. This island is covered in a dark mist. There's some sort of fog that has gathered, perhaps morning fog that hasn't fully dissipated yet. The waves are hitting this sort of rock beach line and sort of crashing against it and going back out. You can see a large sort of cliffed wall of hexagonal, almost rock columns that sort of stack against each other. And in the distance, on sort of the far side of the island, you see a large stone building. And it does not read like a church or even a monastery. It reads like a fortress. And as you kind of take that in, I need everyone to make a perception check.
Alright. Gosh, this is when all of my rolls start to turn to shit.
15.
15?
7!
7.
Oh my god, I just.
19.
19.
That is a 4.
4. So you're all sort of taking in this landscape, and Thaddeus and Nyx, you notice a large shadow come over the group and begin to kind of look up to see what the source is. Thaddeus, with a 19, your attention is drawn by movement to the right, and you turn your eyes and you see a feather sort of coming down very slowly in the wind, sort of billowing down to the ground, the way feathers move. You just fought the largest harpy you've ever seen. Your friend Vela has feathers on their face all the time. You've seen the feathers of small birds. You've seen the feathers of very large harpies. This feather dwarfs all of those feathers. It is several feet in length.
Oh boy.
It comes down and rests on the ground next to you, and the shadow shifts, and you hear a piercing screech. And that is where we're going to end tonight's game.
Woo!
Is it what I think it is?
Probably a freaking
It's-
rock!
Well, we'll see. We'll see next week.
Oh, well.
All right.
I need to cast Armor of Agathis, damn it.
Oh, I just saw the idea with the bag of holding. That's great. I love that. You could absolutely bail out a boat with a bag of holding. Just fill that bag up with water. So we're gonna go around, and you guys can share where to find you on the internet, anything you have coming up, your favorite moment if you had one, and then we'll be all done for the evening. I don't have Invisible Sun after us, so not rushed, but let's go opposite direction. So I think that would be Nox first.
Yes, I'm Nox. You can find me on Twitter at NoxNoctua, where I tweet about whatever I want, especially games. I'll also be at Gen Con, so that's super exciting. Friendly reminder that we will not have an episode the weekend of Gen Con, but I believe we have one more before that, so we'll issue another reminder then. I'm also here a lot. You can catch me back here tomorrow again for a Q&A session with me and my fellow players on Urban Shadows, of which Max was a player. We have 30-something questions, which is pretty wild. So looking forward to that. What else? Oh, favorite moment. Honestly, Anders' NPCs are all super great. So anytime Anders whipped out an NPC, it was just like, I don't know, it was just good. They were all good. So Anders' NPCs are all my favorite moment.
Thank you. I think next, I my map or like my view has changed, so I don't actually know who's next. I think it's Max, so I'm just gonna say Max.
Hi, Max, as Anders just said, and I can be found at allmaxd20 anywhere's on the internet. I just use that name for simplicity's sake. Basically everything Nox said. I'm going to be at Gen Con. I'm going to be at tomorrow's Urban Shadows follow-up Q&A, and basically I'm just always found here doing one show a week for any variant roles thing I can get my claws into. And favorite part of the night was the description of the harpy getting her head cleaved in with the quarterstaff.
All right. Cool.
Once again, I'm Cole. You can find me on Twitter at Cole Moriel. Starting to do more stuff around here at Variant Roles. You can also find me over at Dadbod D&D. They have their water heist campaign on Fridays, and they do podcast on Thursdays, and they just talk about D&D nerd stuff, and it's pretty great. And the 13th, Anders and I are going to be in a one-shot with them, and oh no, that face!
I struggle to think that far ahead.
Yeah, me too. I was like, where am I the next couple weeks? I don't really know. So that's the stuff that I do remember. Yeah, say hi on Twitter.
Awesome. Favorite moment?
Oh, favorite moment. I don't know. I liked all the RP. I think one of my favorite things is just Tad's voice. I love it so much.
It's just a bit of an exercise.
So good. I love it.
All right, Star.
Yeah, you can find me at MadRedStarChild pretty much anywhere on the internet. I'm not super great about checking Twitter, but you can still tweet at me. And favorite moment, I liked Rose, the little tiefling girl. I liked her a lot.
Yay, I'm glad. Okay, I guess that brings around to me. I'm Anders. You can find me at Anders_D_K on the Twitters, or here on Twitch at Hats, Cats, and Clerics. You can find me on this channel tomorrow for our Old Myths Season 1 finale. I missed last week, so I'm assuming I'm just gonna go fisticuffs with the mist. I think that's what I'm supposed to do, is punch the clouds.
Punch the mist.
Yep, that's what I'm planning on doing anyway. Or on Monday on Hats, Cats, and Clerics with Star playing some Good Omens themed Heaven or Hell 2-person RPG, because it's date night. Also, Gen Con. Also, just look on my Twitter because I'm all over the place, and this is the best place to find out where I'm supposed to be because that's where I check because I never remember. And that's it. Favorite moment. I loved that there were several times where I just sat here and took notes and watched you guys, folks. Goodness me, working on it. I'm trying. Where I watched you folks just role play. It was awesome. I loved Thaddeus going out to dance in the thunderstorm. I loved the discussion about ghosts that happened, and I just the role play was great, and I loved it, and I love your characters, and I'm really, really excited that I get to DM for you for 3 more weeks. 4 more weeks in length, 3 more weeks in games. And that's it. That's it for me.
Yay.
I guess I have to end the stream now. I'm in charge for some reason. Should we raid someone? We should raid someone, right? Should we raid someone?
Yeah, we definitely can. Do you have any suggestions?
Oh, we should raid So Chatty because Emma and Val are talking over there right now for Game Master chats. So we should raid them.
Is that the name? SO Chatty?
So Maddie Games with a Z.
So MATTYGAMEZ.
Yep.
So Maddie Games. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's it. So thanks everyone for
Thank you.
watching.
Next week they fight a real big bird.
Oh boy, can't wait.
Boy, big bird.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.